Welcome back to another video, and in today's video, we are going to be doing the ultimate candy tier list. And I know I already did this one before, but that was like 3 months ago. A lot of my, takes have changed. So I'm going to be giving you guys my new takes on all the candy. If you guys like this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We are currently at 249 subscribers. We are one away from 250 and still on the road to 300. So if you are new and you like the content, please be sure to leave us a like, and also on the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you like the content. So today we are doing a tier at the top. You have the S tier candies, below that with the A tier candies, below that with the C tier candies. B tier candies. Below that with the C tier. Actually, I'm gonna make something change here. I'm gonna make a change here, guys. I'm gonna switch it. No S tier, because I think S is just a bit like. There should be an F tier though, if we're being honest. So, shoot. All right, so we're gonna do that instead. But let's get into the tier list. So yeah, that's what we got here for the tiers. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Happy Friday. We got a random tier list. If you guys like this random tier list, please make sure to leave a like, and I'll do another random tier list next week. And I hope you guys all enjoy this video. So the first candy we are going to be rating is Warheads. These are super, super sour. They're good though. But the thing is like, the original thing, you can't enjoy the flavor because it's just shooting up your mouth, and then you have to spit it out because it's so spicy or so thing. Um, in terms of Warhead, I think they're C tier. I don't think they're anything spectacular. I think they're just about average, decent candy. I don't mind the taste of it actually, but just the original thing is just ridiculous to me. But I still don't mind them. Next up, we have Reese's Pieces. I don't know how you say it. Reese's Pieces. I think it's Reese's Pieces, right? I'm gonna say Reese's Pieces. These are B. I've actually grown on these a little bit. I originally was like, peanut butter cups are so much better than them, and I still think peanut butter cups are better than the Reese's Pieces. I don't even think it's really that close right now. But the Reese's Pieces are actually pretty good. They're pretty underrated. I just wish they tasted a bit more like peanut butter. Next up, we have Hubba Bubba. I mean, right now I currently have braces on, so I don't really have it anymore. I'll just put it in D tier because that kind of flavor of it, I don't really like. I like the watermelon a bit more. Next, we have the 100 gram bar Elite. 100 gram bars are so underrated, so good. You got like a crunch, like you got like the crunch bar with like the rice on top. You got like caramel. I mean, it's so good. If you don't like them, I don't know what to say to you guys. Please go and try one if you haven't already. It's amazing. Original Bazooka. I've actually never had this, but I heard it's terrible, so I'm just gonna put it in F. Gobstoppers. They're they're a worse. I don't like. I'm not gonna order these, by the way, but I'm not gonna put these in D because I don't like candies that I have to suck on for like an hour before I can actually finish it. It's not a pleasant experience. Like if I'm just relaxing and then I'll have one in, sure, but otherwise it's not that useful. Next up, we have Sour Patch Kids. These are like not the good ones. Do they have other Sour Patch Kids, or is just this the main one? I don't know why it looks like a 1990 version of Sour Patch Kids, but I think Sour Patch Kids are still amazing. I'm gonna put them in S tier. Basically, it's S tier. It's A tier. Sour Patch are amazing. They're great. Super underrated candy. I mean, I just wish they were a little bit actually more sour. Sometimes you don't get the sourness of them, but I still really like them. I think it's an enjoyable flavor to have. I think it's still an S tier for sure, or an A tier. I keep saying S tier. I might have to keep saying that. Hot tamales F. Don't need a spicy. Don't need a hot candy. While I'm trying to have candy, since they a pleasant experience and you're just blasting me with spiciness, I'm not gonna have it. Dum Dum Pops. They're C tier. They're decent. Again, it's kind of like the Gobstoppers where you just kind of have them, but I think the flavors are better. I think there's actually some good flavors in there, so I'm gonna put them in C tier. Next up, we have Sweet Tarts. It's just That's a D tier because literally it's just a load full of sugar. I don't know how you enjoy that. Like, it's good, but I don't know how you enjoy that. You're just putting a bunch of sugar in your mouth. I don't know. Maybe some people like that. That's not my thing, though. Orange Slices F. They're actually not even that. They're not even that bad. I'll put them in D, but I just don't think it's an ideal candy to have. Like, I don't. Orange Slices should not be a candy. Next up, we have Fun Dip. I mean, I had a lot of memories of this as a kid. Now, so not as much. I'll put Fun Dip in C. I think it's. Oh, sorry. I think Fun Dip is good. I think it's good, but it's very messy. And honestly, the flavors really are not that good anymore. I feel like OG Fun Dip like 10 years ago was amazing. Now, not as much. Next up, we have these ones. These ones are worse than Gobstoppers. I don't even know what they are. But again, they're just big and they're terrible. Like, I do not want to sit there and suck on a candy for 1 hour and then get done with it. I think that's a jawbreaker. They're terrible. Next up, what even are these? Andes? I think this is like a mint. I like mint candy, but I've never heard of it, so I'm just gonna put these in F because I've never heard of it, and I'm too lazy to make a question mark here. Next up, we have lifesavers. I don't know what to put lifesavers. They're decent. It depends on what are these a gummy or are they the? Is there two different types or is it just one? Let me see. I think it's just one. Okay, I'll just put lifesavers in. They're tough. I'm gonna put them in C tier. I think the gummy ones are solid, but again, the hard candies you have to suck on it for a little bit. You don't really want to chew it, or else you're just gonna choke on the candy. And I know it literally has like that hole in it so you can breathe if you have it, but still, it's not. I don't know. Next up, we have ring pops. These were amazing as a kid, not so much now. It's a D tier. The thing I don't like about the ring pops now is they barely fit on your hand now. And also, when you suck on it, it's like you look really, really weird doing it. There's a bunch of residue after you finish it, and it takes forever to have again. Next up, we have Three Musketeer bars. They're pretty bad. I'll put them in D as well. I'm putting a lot in D. It's just not a good chocolate bar. It's one of the worst chocolate bars. Next up, we have Twizzlers. Another candy that I've actually grown on a lot. I think it's not as good as Red Vines. Where is Red Vines on this list? Let's see if I can find Red Vines here. I don't think it's on this list, but I think Red Vines are better because it's more like fresh. But I think Twizzlers are decent though. I get if you don't like licorice, you're not gonna have it. I think black licorice is terrible, but I think I think it's decent. I think it's B. Next we have Jolly Ranchers at A, amazing. I mean, again, it's a hard candy, and I know I just said a bunch of hard candies I do not like, but this one you can actually enjoy because first of all, the Jolly Ranchers actually don't take as long to suck on. Like after you suck on it, like it only takes about 20 minutes. Second of all, the flavors are so good. They're so fresh. Like apples, amazing. Strawberries, amazing. Cherries, amazing. Amazing. Next up, we have Swedish Fish, I believe. I think this is just gonna be Swedish Fish. Swedish Fish are solid. They're B tier. I think they're decent. I wish they tasted I wish they had a bit more flavor. Sometimes it's a little bit stale and boring, but they are very, very good. Tootsie Rolls, I'm not a big fan of them. I think they're a D tier. They're chocolate, but they're always wrapped in that. So when you open it, it's always sticking to the package. And then when you try to have it, it doesn't taste like real chocolate. You might get some like paper in your mouth, and it's just not good. What is this one? I don't know what this one is. It says coconut chocolate. I do not like coconut at all. Especially in chocolate. I'm gonna put an F. Next up we have these things. You put it around your wrist. It's the most stupid, terrible idea. Why do you do this? Why do people do this? Why do you put that around your wrist? It's gonna be sticky, and when you eat them, it's not even enjoyable. And they're on like a needle. I don't understand the point of that. Next up we have Razzles. I've never heard of it, unfortunately. I'll just put it in F. F's gonna be like our question mark here as well. Crunch bars are very, very good. They're very good. I think Crunch bars are B. I think there's better chocolates out there. I think you can have better chocolates, but I think if you're talking about Crunch bars, they're actually pretty decent. I just wish they had a bit more flavor in the inside, but I still don't mind them. Next will be the candy cigarettes. F. There's no point in smoking. You shouldn't be doing it, so that's easy. F. Kit Kats, they're S. They're an original candy bar. I don't think it's the best original candy bar, but it's so good. The wafer is amazing. The chocolate wafer is incredible. I think it's one of the best tasting candies that you can get. A tier. Next up, we have Smarties. Like I said about the sugar, I think it's a bit better because it's not like just like the sweet tarts where you're just packing the sugar. This one you can actually have one at a time. I just think that they're kind of boring, and I wish they had a bit more flavor. York Peppermint Patty, these are underrated. These are B tier. Solid. I don't mind mint candy sometimes, and I think they have a good flavor, and I think they're decent. Next up, we have Dots. I'm not the biggest fan. I'll put them in C. I know some people do like them, like my dad, but I don't personally like them. Next up, we have Peeps. It's an Easter candy. I'm just gonna put them in D because it's a seasonal candy, so I don't like them as much, obviously, because of that. Next up, we have Cookie Dough. I think Cookie Dough's tough. Cookie Dough it's C, barely. Barely C. Starburst, that's B. I think Starbursts are decent. I just think that they're a bit of a pain to try to open up, but I think they're decent when you have them. Next up, we have Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I already talked about it. It's A. I think it's like one of the best chocolates in the game. Chocolate peanut butter mixes so well together. If you haven't had it, go try one. I don't know how if you haven't had it before. It's amazing though. Fruit Gushers, I'm not the biggest fan. I think they're just a D tier. They're nothing crazy. I'm not gonna enjoy them. Lemon Heads, they are very, very sour, and again, it's just a candy that you have to suck on forever, and I don't really like them, even though I like the flavor profile. Airheads, they're decent. I'm not gonna say they're insane. I think they're just a C tier. I wish they had a bit more flavor, and sometimes, again, they're a little bit sticky, but otherwise they're decent. These are more lollipops. Again, it's pretty much B tier. I already talked about C tier, I meant to say. Next up, we got the Hershey Kiss. It's a pretty standard chocolate bar, but I still really do like it. You can tell I'm a chocolate guy. I like the chocolates. I think they're a B tier. I think they're solid. Oh, here's the Sour Patch Watermelon. Okay, so I'm gonna put these in that, and I'm gonna put these in here because I think the Sour Patch Watermelon is better in every single way. Snickers, I think they're B. They're not bad at all. I think they're decent. I'm starting to grow on them, but I still think that there are better chocolates out there. Just like this one, Twix, is A tier. I think one of the best. I'm also gonna put Milky Way because it's similar, except just a little bit different. They're both amazing. They're both incredible candy bars, both underrated. Next up, we have the Nerds. Again, it's just so much sugar. I'm gonna put them in C tier. They're just average. Milk Duds are S as well. Getting into the S train. I mean, Milk Duds are so good. Caramel chocolate. What else do you need? Fireballs, not good. Who wants spicy candy? Nobody. Glow up. Lollipops, again, lollipops are just kind of average at this point. Lifesavers, the hard ones, they're not as good as the regular ones. I think if that's I'm gonna put them in D. I think they're just not as good as the regular ones. Next up we have Pez. They're fun, but I think they're quite boring. I'm just gonna put them in D tier, and they can be a lot better. Pop Rocks, I mean, it's kind of like a cool like joke, but I think it's just C tier. It's pretty average to me. I like the idea of it. It's creativity. I'm gonna give it some points, but it's nothing that I'm like, wow, I need to have this. I've never seen these before in my life. Mike and Ike, they're decent. I'd say they're B tier. I wouldn't say they're the best ever like fruity candy, but I think they're still very, very decent. Good flavor profile. I don't mind them at all. M&M's, I think it depends on the M&M, I think. I'm gonna put them in A tier because of the variety and how much good variety there is. Jelly beans, they're not good. They're F, honestly. I used to like kind of like them. I don't like them anymore. Jelly beans are not good. Whoppers, I think they're a solid B tier. Not gonna over talk about it, but I think it's still decent. These bottle things are not that good. I never had them before. Skittles, I think it's B tier. I don't think it's quite an A tier. Actually, you know what? It is an A tier. We'll get credit. It's an A tier because it's kind of similar to M&M's, and they've just been around for so long. Heath bars are pretty average. Just don't have a lot of flavor. I'm not the biggest fan of like toffee. Laffy Taffy's D. Not the greatest flavor profile. Does not feel really good. Skittles. I mean, isn't this the exact same? It's like the exact. Okay, it's not the exact same, but it's basically the exact same. So I don't really. I'm not gonna differentiate them. Gummy bears are A tier. I really think they deserve it. Gummy bears are so incredibly good. Such an underrated candy. Next up, we have Baby Ruth. They're they're kind of C. They're kind of mid for a candy bar. They're pretty average. This should not be entering any existence ever. Corn. What do they even call these? Shoot, candy corn. Candy corn are garbage. They're garbage. Never enter the surface of them. The texture, the flavor, it's so bad. Almond Joy, again, I'm not a big Almond Joy fan. I'll put them in D because I know some people do like them. That's just not my type of candy. Next up, we have these things. They're actually pretty decent. I'm gonna put them in B tier. Good flavor profile. I don't even know what they're called, but they're pretty good. Next up, we have Pixie Sticks. Again, it's just a load full of sugar. I'm not gonna have them. And Hershey bars. I think they're pretty average as a candy. I'm gonna put them in C tier. C tier. And that's the end of my tier list. Has a long list of tiers. I'm sorry if I started rushing at the end. But it's such a big amount of candy. I didn't want this video to be like 30 minutes long. So that's the end of my tier. So if you guys like this video, please share, really like, and subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!